Apple AirPods are one of the worst devices ever made in the history of anything, okay? On one end of the spectrum, you have the discovery of fire, or of the internet, of the light bulb. And then on this side of the spectrum, you have the Apple AirPods. Now on paper, Apple AirPods seem really seamless, right? If you own any sort of Apple device, they're really easy to use because you just pop one in like this. That's the wrong side. Okay, sorry, that's the wrong side. That's the wrong side. I'm really stupid. All you gotta do is just pop one of these bad boys in, and then finally, you can listen to your K-pop in peace. Now, with such a seamless and simple design, you'd think that I would love these things, but let me tell you, I don't love them. The Apple AirPods have probably single-handedly caused the most damage to my social life than any other thing or entity ever. I would say a hentai hoodie would probably give you better results for your social status than these little things right here, okay? So to support my argument, I wanted to actually tell you some stories that I have with these AirPods right here. So without further ado, let's get to it. My first experience with the Apple CuckPods was actually all the way back in 7th grade. So one night, my dad had actually bought a pair of over-the-ear headphones, and at the time, he already had a pair of Apple AirPods. Now keep in mind, around this time, the AirPods were pretty new, so it was kind of insane that he would even give these down to me, but he did. So basically, because he bought some over-the-ear headphones, he decided to hand me down his pair of Apple AirPods. By the way, not these ones, these are the new ones, but the older model, or the original one. Now, I was ecstatic because, oh my goodness, Apple AirPods, I can just pop these things in to my ears like that, and bam, I can listen to all the music that I want. That's amazing. I was so excited, in fact, that I decided to wear these things for the first time ever in school. So to anyone else who went to a US-based middle school or elementary school, you guys probably remember silent reading time. Now, silent reading time was a time, at least in our school, where for around 40 minutes, we would just have to pick a book in the library or from the class or whatever, and just read quietly for the amount of time, which was 40 minutes. Now, I personally loved this time because I used to love to read. I read everything from nonfiction to historical fiction to fantasy. Like, I read everything, and I loved this period. So being able to add these bad boys into the mix, I was ecstatic. So you already know me, I rolled into school with these bad boys in hand, and I was ready to use them during the silent reading time. So once the period came, I brought out my book and I got these things out, and I was ready to pop them in like this and start listening to my music. And that's exactly what I did. So I popped them in, and then I went onto my phone and I started playing the music. Now, you might be wondering why exactly this story is really bad, because it sounds like a pretty normal story. Well, you remember that part about how I used the AirPods for the first time ever in the school? Yeah, that would end up being my fucking downfall. So basically, because I used the AirPods for the first time in the school, I actually didn't end up connecting them. So, you can already guess what happened. When I started playing the music, it actually didn't even play through my AirPods. So you can already guess what happened. When I started playing the music, even though I thought it was going through my AirPods, it actually wasn't. It was blaring at full volume from my phone. If you're wondering what song I was playing, by the way, I was playing Renai Circulation from the Monogatari series. Great song, by the way. It's just not really the type of song that you want to be playing to a class of 7th graders, you know, out loud at full volume for everyone to hear. So basically, I started reading, and before I knew it, about 10 seconds in, you know that feeling you get when you're just like, you just feel like someone is watching you? And I felt like that about 10 seconds into playing my music. So basically, when I looked down at my phone, because I was just trying to skip the song, because honestly, I didn't really want to listen to Renai Circulation while reading, and when I pressed down on the volume button, there was actually nothing showing that I was connected to my AirPods. Now, once I realized that fact, I terrifyingly looked up at all of my classmates. And lo and behold, everyone was looking straight at me. Look, let me tell you, okay? If anyone tries to say that pregnancy is the most painful thing a human can experience, just how about you let them be in the situation that I was in when I saw that everyone was looking at me because Renai Circulation was playing at full volume in the silent classroom. So basically, right, I looked up, right, and I saw everyone was looking at me. I looked around, right? I'm like looking around, seeing how people are reacting. Some people are laughing. Some people are just staring in horror at whatever the hell I was listening to. And what was really funny was I actually took particular attention to this person that I kind of had a crush on, I was attracted to her, so I guess I'll say it was a crush. And let me tell you, she wasn't one of the people laughing. She wasn't one of the people who just had a neutral expression. She looked horrified. Like, I think more horrified than any other person in that classroom. So in that moment, I knew that my social status was gonna be pretty interesting. Now, in that moment, I knew that my entire hopes and dreams of a love life in middle school were completely fucking over, okay? And so then after I looked at her, I looked around at the rest of the coleslaw that was in the room with my biryani self sitting in horror as I realized the situation that I was in. And then, after the teacher reluctantly told me, please turn down your phone, all of the room laughed in congregation. I was thinking, like, I gotta move to China now, I have to change my identity, like, I need to be a completely new person, I might need to bleach my skin, like, I need to do everything I can to make sure no one knows I exist, okay? So yeah, that was my first experience, and let me tell you, after that experience happened, I actually didn't use my AirPods for about 2 more months, because I was so terrified and traumatized from that experience that any time that I would use them, I would just get too scared that they weren't connected, so I just didn't use them. Even when I started using them more consistently, I would still make sure to check my phone like 10 times, because if they were not connected, oh my god, it's over. Let me tell you, Bluetooth isn't the only pitfall of this abomination right here. Oh, trust me, this bad boy made sure that I was gonna be stuck in the no bitches zone for the rest of my life. Now, this next story is honestly even more infuriating because it actually happened very recently. So I'm in my senior year of high school currently, and this happened at the beginning of my senior year, around October, I'm pretty sure. So, oh, trust me, this bitch hasn't given me a single break since I started using them all the way back in 7th grade. So basically, I was walking towards school, and I was in the parking lot, and I thought it would be a good idea to listen to some music on my way up to school. So basically, I grabbed my AirPods, and keep in mind, by the way, these were the specific AirPods that I put into my ear when I was trying to listen to some music that day. I decided that I was gonna put on the song Super Shy, but wait a minute by NewJeans. Great song, by the way, highly recommend it. So I was strolling through the parking lot, jolly as can be, listening to some Super Shy in my ears, having this K-pop blast throughout my body. Then I noticed about 15 seconds in or so, this one was longer, don't worry, this one took much longer. I noticed that some people were laughing at me. Initially I thought, oh, they're probably just laughing at some joke. I mean, I'm too perfect, like no one could ever laugh at me, right? But no. Now, knowing that I've encountered a lot of this bullshit before, I looked immediately towards my phone. So I looked down at my phone and I'm wondering, like, wait, but I definitely thought they were connected. Like, Bluetooth is set up, okay, it's not another 7th grade situation. Bluetooth is definitely set up this time. And lo and behold, these bitches were not charged. Somehow my AirPods just weren't charged, even though I was literally charging them on my way to school. So basically, I frantically try and pause the music, and by that point, the damage was already done. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty rest assured that I won't be seeing a prom date this year. So that's nice. Really nice. Thankfully, there weren't actually that many people in the parking lot that day. So, you know, if there were more people than there was during the time that this happened, yeah, I probably just would have ran into the oncoming cars in the street. Like, absolutely. Honestly, I don't really know what was more embarrassing, Renai Circulation or Super Shy playing in public. I mean, they're both gonna do like around the same thing for your social status, so I don't know which one's more embarrassing. It's kind of more of a thing of like pick your poison, so I don't know. So I hope you learned something very interesting about AirPods today, or just the fact that, you know, I'm a complete dumbass. That's also a valid thing to learn too. Look, man, you always have to be careful with Bluetooth devices because You never know. So yeah, just don't play K-pop in public, and you won't get the guillotine.